Hello there, Purple Banditos, and welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. I'm PurpleRodri. Last time we finished up the Swamp Palace, rescued our third sage. In today's episode, we're actually going to do a little bit of adventuring before we continue onwards to another temple. Now, I know that we actually have to go in search of a couple items and a couple other things like this. If you guys remember, when we did the Thieves' Den, or whatever Thieves' Place was called, we obtained a Master Ore. Now, in order to upgrade our sword, you actually need 4 total Master Ores, and it takes 2 upgrades. So we already have 1 Master Ore. We're going to go after another one today, and that'll give us the first 2 to upgrade our sword, you know, halfway to the highest powerful Master Sword, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead and make our way inside here too, because we're also, you know, while we're taking care of that, we're also going to be making our way to the next temple, which is actually a pretty hard temple. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit nervous about it because I know how much more difficult the game's gonna get now. You know, we have took down a bunch of temples, and I haven't had that much trouble with it. It almost felt a little easy at times, but it's gonna get really difficult now, and this is where I'm gonna start getting a little bit nervous, because the more items we get, you know, the tougher I know it's gonna get to, you know, stop myself from dying. I need to go ahead and find some fairies, find a little fountain, and get it done. Also, if you guys can see in my inventory, which I'll show you right after here, I'm just picking up some items. I actually have a bottle with a note in it. If you guys have any idea what I do with that, let me know, because I'd really like to free up that space so we can get, you know, a couple more fairies going. It'd be nice. I also need to find a fairy fountain around this place so I can actually start, you know, catching a couple fairies before we do the temples, because, you know, once I get to the temples, it's a lot harder for me to actually, you know, make it through without dying, especially now that they're getting harder. So I'd rather, you know, get a couple fairies now and get it going. Okay, so we're here at the Sanctuary in Hyrule, because we need to make our way, you know, through this little portal towards Lorule in order to find the second Master Ore. So thanks to all you guys who, you know, suggested I go ahead and do this now. It's definitely the best way to do it, because I think it's right around this point where we have about 5, yeah, there's like 5 temples left, 4 or 5 temples, that, you know, it's better we upgrade our sword now than later, because it's just, you know, so much more convenient to start doing more damage here at this point in the game than, you know, once we really get into it. I think we have 4 temples left. You can see 4 X's on the map, so there's still 4 temples to go. And, you know, it's about a good time then. We're looking pretty good right now. We're going to make our way down here, and this is where the search for the Master Ore begins. All right, I could really use some light. I'm a little bit terrified of the dark. No, not really. I'm not that scared of the dark. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I saw that new Annabelle movie. You know, the one with the creepy doll? I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like the creepy doll that, like, walks around and does evil things. I couldn't sleep well that night, you know? I went with a couple friends, and all of them told me the next morning, like, man, I was hearing things. You know, I thought I saw this doll I had running around, and I felt the same way. I feel like it's always that way for me when I watch scary movies. I get a little paranoid, and I think I start hearing things. You know, I thought I heard, like, you know, walking and footsteps and things outside of my place, and it just, like, creeped me out a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, really weird and get paranoid easily, but when I watch that scary movie, it creeped me out. I thought for a second I did see the Annabelle doll. You know, that something hit me, and I was just like, what is going on here? I'm a little bit terrified. Kind of one of the reasons why, you know, I'm waiting to get a good group of friends to, you know, I live here in Florida, to go to Halloween Horror Nights. It's at Universal Studios. If you guys never heard of it, it's like a haunted house type thing. They changed the Universal Studios park to make it kind of like a haunted theme, you know, and they hire people to, like, run around and pop out, and it's just really scary. It's kind of like a huge haunted park, you could say, with, you know, little different locations that have different haunted houses. And, you know, as you're walking through it, there are, like, walkers from, like, a Walking Dead and stuff like that, like, running around and following you. I think this year is The Purge. So I think it's like characters from The Purge, you know, like, are running around and following you, and it's really creepy. I did it for the first time last year, and, you know, what I was saying is, I think I'm gonna try to get, like, a good group of people to go with me, because I feel like I probably wouldn't do that well if I did it alone. I feel like I'd be a little scared if I went by myself or with, like, 1 or 2 people. I'm trying to get, like, 8 people to go so I can actually, you know, feel a little confident around there and make sure I don't, you know, get myself into trouble. It's really scary. Like, last year when I went, it was pretty creepy. I'm not gonna lie. There were a few houses that really creeped me out, and I would just like hold on tight to a friend, or a friend, you know, would be holding on tight to me, and then we'd push through it, and it was just creepy. You know, it's really creepy. You tend to stay in, like, a little clump and you move in your little clump. You know, it's kind of funny. Like, everyone stands in like a little circle formation, you know, and you're just like, you know, easing through these little passages. And there's always got to be someone at the front. I was at the front for a lot of them, and a lot of people were just, you know, like flipping out behind me. I'm like, you don't even have to deal with the initial pop-up. You deal with the aftermath. I have to be the one, you know, waiting to have a heart attack here, waiting for someone to pop out at me and creep me out and look around this corner and walk into this creepy room where there's blood everywhere. You guys just have to follow along my footsteps and hope that, you know, I don't get too terrified. All right, with that, guys, we've made it to this chest, and we have obtained the second Master Ore. So now with that Master Ore, we are ready to make our way back to the blacksmith in Hyrule. Not Lorule, Hyrule. Lorule is the one you give the other 2 pieces to. So, you know, it's kind of like a combination of both. You have to work with them in order to make your way through it. Kind of cool, you know, I must say so. It's kind of nice how they did that. But as I was saying, completely terrifying. You know, there's also Busch Gardens. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's kind of like a roller coaster theme park here in Florida too. They have Hollow Scream, I believe it's called. Never done that one. I've been tempted to do it. I've had a couple friends go and they told me that it was pretty scary. I think I might have to do that one too this year. I just got to get out there and do things. You know, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy going out of my way and just doing things and having fun. That's what I've been, you know, doing lately, and I'm just excited. I like the Halloween season. You know, I like Halloween. Still don't know what I'm going to dress up as for Halloween. Hopefully, you know, something hits me and I'm like, yeah, that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. But we'll see. You never know. I might figure out something else to dress up as. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas in mind. We'll figure it out. I was thinking of being like a Spartan soldier. Who knows? A Power Ranger. I have a lot of friends, and I told them, like, we should do Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Toad. Keep in mind, they're all guys, so one of them would have to be Peach. I just thought that'd be pretty funny, right? Like making a little group costume thing like that. All right, but anyways, let's talk to the blacksmith then, because now we are ready to finally upgrade our sword, ladies and gentlemen. I know, feels like we've been waiting for so long to upgrade this thing. Also, we need to find his son, Gully. Don't really remember where he is. Think he might be a sage, honestly. Don't really remember. But with that, guys, the 2 little blacksmiths pulled it together, and you know, they're real nice guys. And we obtained the power of the Master Sword, the Red Master Sword. So it's increased, I think, by 2, and I think it increases by 2 the next time too. So I think the final output is ×4, and I think we're at ×2 damage right now, which is not too shabby. You know, not too bad. All right, guys, let's keep on moving then, and make our way to another location. Now we're on the hunt to make our way to the next temple. Okay, now at this next temple, you do need the ice rod, so heads up before you start doing this. That's why I bought the ice rod. I bought the fire rod just for fun. I don't even know. I just enjoy, you know, blasting things with fire. I'm that type of person. So, but make sure you have the ice rod, because it is like a fiery temple, and you'll need the ice rod in order to make platforms and all those sorts of things. And yeah, just make sure you have it. All right, let's keep on moving then. I actually do remember how to get to this one. This one shouldn't be too hard. It's probably the easiest one to open, I would say. It's the one that takes the least amount of effort. It's literally just a little hunting game. So I'm going to actually go for it right away, but I'll explain to you guys what you have to do. So there are actually 3 little turtles that you have to find here in this lake. You can talk to the mother beforehand, you know, whatever. You don't have to. Once you actually unlock all 3 of the little turtles, they make a stairwell that allows you to enter the temple. Now, here's the first little turtle right here. So we're going to go ahead and just knock these things out of the way. It's pretty simple to find them. I'll show you guys exactly where they are. Let me get some of these things. All right, so we push the first little turtle in, and now we can actually make our way to the second and third one. It's pretty easy to find them. You know, if you never played this before and you're just running around the map, I think you're still going to have a pretty easy time, because it's pretty linear. I think there's only 1 turtle that would cause you trouble. Here's the second one. And now that we have the upgraded Master Sword, it only takes like 2 hits to kill these guys. It took like 4 before. So just a fun fact for you guys. You know, little tips and tricks that I learned along the way here, along my journey. And there we go. There's the second little turtle. They're so happy to be here. They're so thankful. You're welcome, little turtle. I like animals a lot, so, you know, I'm going to try to save them as much as possible. Let's see. The third one and the final one is actually one of the tougher ones. I actually didn't find this one for a while. And there we go. That's the third little turtle. And, ooh, fairies. I wonder if I could get up there. Maybe. I could definitely use a couple fairies in the bottle before going into this temple, because this temple is actually kind of stressful. It's kind of a really, really tough temple. I feel like this might be one of the tougher ones. So now we can actually hop onto it for a ride, and let's see if we can, you know, keep it going. Oh, man, I really could use catching some of these fairies, though. I wonder, I don't know, if you can hop on the back of this turtle and then make your way up. Well, with that, guys, we have arrived here at the temple, which is exciting times for all of us. Next time, we will be continuing on from here in this fire temple, lava temple looking place, whatever you want to call it. So, really quick, I'm just going to show you what the ice rod can do. So, you know, you can use it later on. Freezes this, and that allows you to go on, merge, and you can loop around the wall. So, with that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time when we head into the lava temple looking thing. Goodbye.